That's it. I think I've started it. Corey, I really liked last week when you started the show and you said, "Good morning, afternoon, sports fans."
It's a worldwide platform. You have to cover all bases.
Yeah, I figured that's what you were doing, but that was unplanned and
Yeah,
it was just perfect. It was just perfect. How good was the last show? I loved it. I don't know
it
about
was
you.
incredible. It was incredible. No, I thoroughly enjoyed it. Having Jonah on the podcast was awesome. Our first real guest.
He was amazing, wasn't he?
He's a nice young man.
He is. He is a nice young man. Can't wait to get more guests on the show. Can't
Yeah,
wait
I've had
for
it.
more people to step up and try and fill Jonah's shoes on that one.
I've had a few people reach out wanting to be uh, the next guest. So in the near
We might have to
future.
get a list going.
Mm.
How have you been? How was your week?
Yeah, the week was pretty hectic. I went and saw a band in Calgary, and then the following day went to the Christmas do for the hotel, and then yeah, been recovery ever since.
They're always fun.
Yeah, it's pretty loud, just like my new mic setup now. As you can tell, I've
I was gonna say, look how pro you look.
gone a little bit pro every week.
I like the colors as well. Says a lot about your personality.
Yeah, very colorful.
Bright, multicolored.
But you've
So
gone
if
a
you
little bit
shout
pro
now, you're
too.
gonna deafen everyone. Well, yeah. I don't know if everyone can see me nicely, but trying to look crisp and clean, taking a more relaxed position as well. I've got the camera zoomed in a little bit, so you can't really see that I'm crossing my legs comfortably, but I'm very comfortable. I'm ready to bring some top shelf content and entertainment for the sports fans because that's what we live to do. Right, Corey Brogan?
That's it. That's it. That's what we're here for.
You've been training hard this week?
Yeah, yeah. Even if I was a bit dusty, I still had to pump in 2 workouts on Tuesday. I thought I was going to drown in the swimming pool, but yeah, made it through.
I'm glad to hear that. I went to a boxing class earlier today, and as I was hitting the bag as hard as I could, in my mind, I was fighting against the globalists, even though I was just hitting a bag. Do you ever think
Yeah,
that?
you gotta no, no, but you got to think about something, right? Whatever gets you through.
I just thought this week, with Alex Jones back in the world, it was a
Yeah,
good
yeah, that's
time
right.
to be
Yeah.
fighting against the globalists. Do you follow him on Twitter?
No, I very rarely use Twitter, but yeah, I did see his account got reinstated. Yeah, he's
He's the
wild.
best, dude. He's the best.
he's he's good for a laugh.
He's the one. He's been out there the longest, right?
Yeah,
He,
yeah, but
he his
he gets a bit deep in
his
things.
yeah, yeah, he does, and then he says some things that sound really crazy, right? And sometimes they are really crazy, but sometimes they turn out to be true as well.
Yeah, it's just
I'd love to
terrifying.
know. Yeah, if Alex Jones says something and it turns out to be true, that's not a good thing.
No,
The world would be a better place if everything that Alex Jones said was incorrect.
yeah, that's the real fuck thing, I guess. Like that's how
But
fucked the
it
world
turns
is.
out, did you? You must have seen the video from years and years ago of a young, fresh-faced Alex Jones saying, "I'm sick of them putting chemicals in the water that make the friggin' frogs gay."
Yeah, yeah, and then they changed it up and made it like some little like minute clip of like him just going frogs gay, frogs gay, frogs
Yeah.
gay. No
Well,
good.
Do you want to know the sad truth is that he was right about that one?
Yeah, I,
Did you know
man.
that?
No, I didn't know it was true. I don't know,
Tu
man.
Turns out that drinking tap water does make frogs gay.
Well, there's a bit of a. I don't know if it's a conspiracy theory. But this is probably true. Like, there's a couple of images coming out of what the the water pipelines to all like homes and all taps and stuff looks pretty fucked from the inside. And then
Yeah, fucking
with all
disgusting.
yeah, and with all the chemicals and stuff that they might add to different waters in cities or towns, like it's pretty messed up. Um,
So there's a
yeah,
conspiracy theory. And when I say conspiracy theory, it might be true, might not be true. But
right.
some people think it's the case that the birth control tablet, commonly known as the pill,
Hmm.
it's not fully absorbed by the system. So a lot of
Okay.
what goes in there is peed out,
Okay.
and that remains in the water supply. It's not filtered out fully.
Okay.
So when you consume that in excess, it's hormonal in nature. And that's what
Uh,
turns the frogs gay.
okay. I didn't know there was
And
actually
that's
like
what,
a thing.
yeah, yeah.
I just think I don't
You
know.
should
Like I'm
probably not drink the tap water.
no. So like from where I am, about maybe 2 kilometers away from here, there's a natural spring. So we've been filling up water there,
There you go.
mountain
There
spring
you go.
water.
There aren't really natural spring options in London as far as I've found.
Yeah. No.
But I encounter people who drink tap water and they say things like, "Oh, just tap water is fine," and they say they even call it Chateau Thames, which
Chateau
is
Thames.
makes me feel sick that they've in their mind they've decided that they know they've seen the state of the River Thames
It's fucking
and they
brown.
know the water is Thames water and they still think, yeah, Chateau Thames, that's fine. That'll be all right for me.
Here's
I don't
something.
need any better than that.
Here's something. So like as we were talking about how like London is almost going to be 2,000 years old. Was it 2,000 years old? Like in a couple of
Almost, yeah,
years,
almost
yeah, a
2000.
couple of decades. Yeah, it's like I think like, oh, in my house, built in '93, with like all the water piping. I'm like, yeah, kind of makes sense. The water pipes might get a bit crummy. That's from '93.
Makes
two
you
thousand
wonder,
years
doesn't
ago
it?
with water pipes, and then the tube with your nose going all black when you go into the tube and out of the tube, like from your boogers. Oh man, I don't know. The Chateau Thames might be toxic.
It it makes you question things, right? And if it doesn't, what does that say? If you're the kind of
Yeah,
person who just doesn't question that, even if
yeah.
even if it's fine, right? Even if there's nothing to worry about, you don't question it.
I think you have to
That's
question
where
everything.
yeah, I think that that honestly we're going quite deep quite early on in this episode. But I think that's the biggest problem with just in general. I don't think we question anything as a society. We
No,
just live our happy, peaceful lives. We don't question the things that are delivered to us for free.
yeah, but yeah, yeah. I mean, you you could question a lot of things from like especially conspiracy theories, and if they do become true and they are coming out of Alex Jones's mouth, like it's fucking scary, right? So it might be a little bit easier just to like put it in the back of your mind and be like, oh,
Yeah. Well, I'm. All I can say is I'm glad he's back because
yeah,
if nothing else, he's entertaining.
yeah. Do you think he's going to be a little bit like watered down now? Like he got cancelled and stuff, and now he's getting back into the thing. Do you think he's going to be like,
No, I think the complete opposite. I think he's going to go harder, and I think this is the point now where once he's allowed back, that's it, right? He's in. He's seen the globalists
yeah,
have cracked, right? So he's got a chance now to come back harder than ever.
yeah,
I think we're only seeing the start. Alex
yeah?
Jones is
Wow,
back.
yeah. He's fuck. He's funny, full on
Do you
man.
think? Do you think that the sports fans watching this? Do you think they perceive this show as being scripted or completely off the cuff?
Uh, 80% off the cuff, 20% scripted.
It's probably more like 97 or 98% off the cuff, though, right?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, it's definitely. We don't do. We just do a little chat. We do like a little meetup. We do like a hey, what do you want to do? Okay, this. Okay, cool. That's it. That's what we do.
We chat for about 5 minutes before every episode and say, is there anything that we need to know before we start this? And then we
Yeah,
just proceed to talk shit for 45 minutes to an hour. That last show we did was almost an hour. And
yeah,
I think that might be too long. I think we should keep it to 40 minutes as a general rule. And I'll tell you why. Selfishly, I've noticed that every single journey in London takes 40 minutes. No matter where you want to go, no matter where you are, if you want to get somewhere else, it's going to take about 40 minutes.
well, that's faster than in LA
By the time you
because
walk to the.
in LA they always say
Yeah,
about an hour. So you're doing great.
yeah, it's not bad, right? But then the let's say that the transit system in London is significantly advanced compared to LA.
Right.
Anyway, by the time you get to the tube and then get to the right station and then walk from the tube to your destination, it's always about 40 minutes.
Give or take.
So I think
We
that's
get you.
a nice
Yeah.
little time frame to keep it to. And then we'll keep the long ones for really important episodes. How about that?
Yeah, man. I remember. Oh man, it was like one of my teachers or something back in like primary school or something, and it was like we're writing these essays or like projects, trying to like write up all this information and just like ridiculous filler, and it was just like, yeah, just do kiss, keep it simple, stupid.
Keep it
That's it.
short. Keep yeah. That's
No,
harder
no,
hitting than I was gonna
keep
guess that you were gonna
it
say keep it
simple,
short and
stupid.
sweet. But
Oh yeah, no, that works.
yeah, you can't argue with that, right? Can't argue with
Yeah.
that. This is our, I suppose, post Christmas episode. We're not going to do another episode before Christmas. Um, as you know, I've got a busy Christmas day planned, engaging in a challenge: 100 pigs in blankets and 1,000 push-ups. For those who are unaware, fully committed. I actually made a bet yesterday. You know, I don't endorse gambling. Someone thinks I can't do the 1,000 push-ups. They think I can do the 100 pigs in blankets, but they think I can't do the 1,000 push-ups. So there's
Who
a
said that?
£50 bet.
Is it just one of your buddies?
My mate.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. The disbelief, right?
But there's no time frame. There's no
What a
time frame to
hater.
do the push-ups, right?
It's a full day, but I told him I could do it before noon if I wanted to.
Okay, then perfect. But Reese, there are always
Oh,
going to be
I've said
haters.
that out loud now, haven't I?
Always gonna be haters, man.
There, no, yeah, there will be. So I'm gonna say I'm gonna do the 1,000 push-ups before noon
Love it.
on Christmas Day, right? And I'll go for a run in the morning as well.
Reese, you might be starting to punch above your weight class.
No, I'm gonna do it. I'll go for a run and do 1,000 push-ups before noon.
What's the distance of the run?
Okay, so there's a really nice. It's just a 5K on Christmas Day, right? There's a nice little loop that goes close to from my parents' house. That's really nice, and I'm a big fan of it. And it's the perfect get up in the morning and go for a run kind of run,
Yeah,
where it's the kind of run that you can get up in the morning and do, and it doesn't count as a workout. It just counts as getting out of bed.
I
Because if
like
you
that.
want to do a
Yeah,
proper workout later in the day, you still can.
yeah, yeah.
You know how like old people get up in the morning and they go to the newsagent to get a paper or a pint of milk or something like that, and that's just part of
Yeah.
their routine. Or a smoker gets up and goes outside and has a cigarette first thing in the morning. That 5K loop around the farmers' fields where my parents live, that's the equivalent of going out for a cigarette in the morning for a smoker. You
Hey, man,
can't not do it. You're just gonna do it.
that's very immigrant mentality of you to not have a cigarette
Yeah.
and go for a run.
Yep. Yep.
But you don't smoke.
But I'm gonna have to. No, no. But I run. I try to. I try to run. I don't run very fast. I know people who run a lot faster than I do and a lot further than I do. But you got to get out there, right?
So,
I can't wait to bring the documentary footage of this as well.
what do you mean?
I'm as much looking forward to that as doing the
Oh,
the
yeah, yeah, yeah.
challenge.
Yes, yeah. So even though there won't be a podcast for Christmas Day, you're gonna still upload.
Yeah, there'll be. Look, I'm not saying that I'm not going to be live streaming the whole thing, but I will film it
Right.
all, and there will be content on Christmas Day. Working hard for everyone, but it'll be a few days later probably, and then we'll have a nice video of it all, proof
Yeah.
for everyone.
Yeah. I want
But
live
I'm going to do
updates
it.
though.
Well, you'll probably be in bed,
Ah, fuck. That's no good.
but if you wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning, I'll call you and tell you that I've finished it.
Damn. Fuck.
Just so you know.
Oh, I kind of want to see this.
I can't wait. I'm fully committed to this. Let me tell you. Actually, I think we should do next week's show, which will be right before the new year. Let's present our 2024 athletic goals,
Yeah, I like
and
that. I've
then
been
we
eyeing
can
off it.
be held accountable by ourselves and the sports fans for the year.
Yeah, I've actually been eyeing off a few other little uh, events and there's one in Golden that I haven't mentioned to you about. It's in September, but it's like this 4 day, 4 or 3 day running event where uh you run like 10Ks up a mountain, and then you go and sleep like in your hotel, and then the next day you go and run like 21Ks up the same mountain, but then you come back and then you do this like 3 or 4 days. It's like a
Shit.
stage. It's like a stage cross country trail run in Golden. So that looks very interesting, and I might throw my name in the hat for sure for that. Also thinking of doing the
That sounds
another half.
interesting.
Yeah, super interesting. I might do that, and then I might even chuck in, if everything goes well with, even if it doesn't go well with Victoria and the half Ironman, I might want to throw my hat in the ring for the Calgary half Ironman as well.
Well, you have a week to decide because next week we're going to present our goals to everyone,
I think now, because I said it
and
out
then
loud, I kind of,
no,
it's
no,
in my
no,
mind.
no. That was just a
You've
thought. That was just a
you've
thought.
given
Although
you've
you
given
know, now you've thought it, you should do it. But
mm,
next week we'll present to everyone what we're going to do in 2024.
yeah.
And I had a thought today when I was at the gym, and the guy there said he was talking, motivating, the group, and saying that you have goals and all this and that and this and that, whatever. I have thought that if you create goals for yourself in 2024, and they're well-meaning goals that you realistically could achieve, and you don't achieve them, then you will never be the person who achieves their goals.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah,
This is it.
but you
If you
can't just
can't do
no.
it in the
Yeah, but you can't just
what?
set out. You can't just set out like this huge goal that changes you, your business, your life. I
No,
think it's
that's what I said.
setting
A
up.
measurable
Yeah,
goal,
yeah, but setting up like,
a relevant goal for you.
yeah, just but you set up just the tiny little goals, so when you hit them, it pumps you, so then you can get to the next one, and the next one, next and next one. I see. I think a lot of people fail their goals because they go, "Well, I'm going to do this monumental, life changing event," but then they realize to get there, and they have pitfalls and they have doubts. Then they kind of go, "Oh, well, maybe I can't do it." And then once the doubt sets in, then it becomes really hard.
So how do you get over that doubt?
By setting little goals along the way that are in line with that huge monumental goal. So when you hit them,
That's
it pumps you.
absolutely
It's like,
right.
that's how it gets you
That's
going.
absolutely right. Rome wasn't built in a day, but it was built a little bit every day. And
Oh
if all you can
man,
do is just get out today and do a little bit, then you can do maybe a little bit tomorrow and a little bit more the day after that. So stop sitting on your
all right.
fucking ass and get out there and get after it. I need a
My
glass of milk now.
God, you need to just put a bit of
That was heavy
woosah.
duty, wasn't it?
Rub those earlobes. Relax, little son. Damn. Whew.
Was that too loud?
Come back to me. Come back to me. Did you black out?
I
Did you
got, I
black out there?
got, I got, I got overexcited. The spirit of Alex Jones took me. I couldn't help it.
Oh
Can't help
yeah,
myself sometimes, I felt good though. I felt good. Felt good.
yeah. Good man. Good. But yeah. But yeah. That's it.
So that's just you hit the nail on the head, though, right? Is that people often make well-meaning goals, but that aren't realistic, and that
They aren't realistic in that moment or in that period.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, you have to. You have to do the work that will enable you to do the work. If that
Yeah,
makes
exactly.
sense. Is that you can't go
But it's
from
a lot.
0 to 100
It
in a day.
Well, it's a lot easier. I mean, I'm just freeballing here, and this might turn out right, or I don't know. But it's a lot easier to hike Everest by going up a little bit, and then you climatize down, and you get to base camp, and you go a little bit down, and then you go up to stop one, stop two, stop three, and then you keep going up, down, up, down, up, down. But you keep going up. You're always going up. But if someone said, "No, I'm just going to go straight to the top," what do you think is going to happen?
You're going to
The
get
legs are going to
altitude
blow out.
sickness and you're going to
You're going to get altitude
fall
sickness.
down.
You're going to Yeah, you're going to pass out. It's going to be cold as fuck. Like you can't just do Everest, but you can do Everest if you go little goals and little things at a time. Huh, that does work, I guess. Dude, we're
Were
dropping
you a
bombs.
philosopher in a previous?
Nah, I was a shoemaker.
Well, hang on a second. You said that with absolute certainty, like you've thought about this and you know this already. I
Yeah,
need
I think
more
I'm confident.
context. You were a shoemaker.
Yeah, I think so. Well, you don't really know how far previous lives go, right? So if my last name professions professions were based off your last name, right? In England, if your last name was Smith, you were probably a blacksmith. If your last name was Archer, you were probably an archer, right? My
Cooper
last Cooper,
is a barrel
yeah,
maker.
yeah, you got it.
Sorry to
My
interrupt.
last my last name was represented, or the people representing it uh, did the brogue pattern on shoes.
Brogan.
Yeah,
Is that not a Scottish name?
that would be
You went to Scotland a couple of years ago, right? What did you think of it?
incredible.
Yeah, I love it up there. It's pretty cool, isn't it? The only thing that sucks is that it's cloudy and rainy all the time.
I would beg to differ. When I was
You are
in
a bit,
England.
you are a bit ginger though.
I, when I was in England and Scotland, I did that trip, and I think it was like 12 days or 13 days. I got sunburnt 5 times. 5 times. It was unseasonable weather in May. In Scotland, I got man on the Isle of Skye, on the Isle of Skye, in Trafalgar Square in London. Man, I was getting sunburnt left, right, and center. I wasn't ready for it. Now, yes, I did see rain and did see clouds,
I think,
but I
as
did
you
get
said
sunburnt.
though, as you said, unseasonable.
Unseasonable, yeah. Yeah,
When
no,
I went to
there
the
were
Isle of
days.
Skye, yeah, when I went to the Isle of Skye, we got a foot of snow.
But that'd be
I was
cool.
driving in my brother's Renault Clio through a blizzard because we had to drive
Nice.
that day to get the ferry to Isla. We had to
Yeah.
leave at 6 o'clock in the morning in the middle of a blizzard, and I was holding the steering wheel pretty tight. Let me tell you.
The white knuckles.
Yeah, yeah. It's a beautiful island, though. Like the that
It's incredible.
Scotland is just Scotland is incredible. I mean, I lived in the Rocky Mountains for years, and you still do. And I would put it that the views in Scotland are just as good as anywhere in Canada. Just as good as
Because
anywhere I've ever seen.
I think because it gets that vibe of like the Maritimes in Canada, like Newfoundland and Halifax and Cape Breton. Like there's very Scottish vibes and English Irish vibes. Um, but yeah, it's coastal with mountains, right?
Yeah.
There's a reason why I proposed to my wife on the Isle of Skye. It's fucking incredible.
That's
It was
very
piss and rain. It was
romantic
piss
of
and rain
you.
the day. It was piss and rain like the moment I did it. But then like half an hour later, the sun came out. it, it
It's
was fine.
probably pissing rain in the Isle of Skye right now.
Yeah, I believe it.
We went off topic there, didn't we?
We did a little bit.
How did we get to the Isle of Skye? You were talking about your last name,
I was talking about my last name. Then you said I'm probably from
Brogue.
Scotland.
So is that where that means that the Brogue shoe?
The brogue pattern was done by Brogans, if I'm getting that right. Yeah.
Really?
I think that's. I mean, my old man never told me that. Like, no one really told me that. But then when I looked into like your last name and what your last name was, your last name was your profession, and that kind of thing, and that dates back. That dates back fucking shitloads of years. But
Yeah.
that's the only thing that really came up. Now, I did used to know a guy that had the last name Knobloch. So I was like, what the fuck was he up to? Right? Was he just like, was he putting knobs on doors and locking them up? Or was he headlocking knobs? We don't know.
That might be one of the great unsolved mysteries.
Right?
Yeah, like
I
it
know. I
could
could
be,
be
right? It
totally
could
wrong.
be.
I could be totally wrong. But at the same time, like it's kind of interesting now when you walk past people like, hey, what's your name? Oh, Donald Trump. Ah, he's a trumpet. He was playing musical instruments, his family. You know what I mean?
Hey, on a serious note,
Go.
in the last episode, we didn't mention Elon Musk once.
Shit.
Yeah,
No, that's not good.
yeah, I know. I just got off the phone with Tesla now, and they said they're not interested in sponsoring anymore.
Fuck.
Yeah.
It's not even that I wanted a Cybertruck. I'd like to look at those Model 3s. I test drove one in LA and I fucking loved it.
Have you not seen the videos of electric cars in Canada just pulled over at the side of the road because they've run out of juice?
I think that's a conspiracy theory.
I don't know if it
I'm
is.
from. I was talking to who was I fucking talking to? So my next door neighbor has one, right? And uh, it's it's not so much the cold that really like affects them. It's the driving fast in the cold. Like it's accumulation of things, right? If you're getting like a lot of wind, snow, like all the elements, yes, your battery's going to get drained quick. But if you drive for those conditions, and he said it sucks because you have to drive at like 30, 40 kilometers an hour, you can still preserve your battery life. So I
Or you
think
could just
it's this.
buy
So
a
still, at the end of the day, it
car
comes
with
down to the
an
driver.
internal combustion engine.
That's why I'm liking the looks of the hybrids.
I tell you what I would buy is a diesel powered car. I like
Because you
diesel
don't
as a
like the
fuel.
environment.
I
But
like the
diesel's pretty
environment
bad,
very
isn't it?
much. Uh,
But diesel's bad though, isn't it?
says who?
No, it's like the way that it's like I guess is refined, or is petrol really like,
I like
obviously petrol's
I
really
like
bad, but
the sound of a diesel engine.
it fucking sucks.
That low murmur.
There's like a knocking
It's a
noise.
pot.
There's a knocking noise. It's a signature knocking noise. It sucks. It doesn't sound clean at
Well, they
all.
have to. I don't. I'm not saying that it has to sound clean,
What? It'd be nice.
but
There's no diesel sound that doesn't sound good. It sounds like a
No, when you
tractor.
when you
That's
come
why you like
when you go
farms,
to
because it sounds like a tractor.
Hey, I do like farms, all right? I think farms are great. I love seeing a farm. I love seeing farmers doing their things. I love seeing cows in a field eating grass. That gives me great pleasure, I have to say. When I go for a run and there's cows in the field eating grass, I moo at them and they moo right back at me. I love cows in a field. I like seeing farmers doing what they do. I like, when you go past a farm and it smells like shit, I like that as well.
Spoken like a true Welshman.
You're from Australia that has some of the biggest farms in the whole world.
Yeah. Some farms in Australia, farmers haven't seen all four corners of their farm. Because if they take a helicopter, they get to the point of no return. They they get to the point of no return, and they
Like
have to go
the
back.
tank isn't big enough for them to fly around the whole.
Yeah, yeah, that's for real.
I don't know how that works. Like, how can you have a farm so large?
Well, it's just like it's just land, I guess, isn't it? Like it's just you own that land, run a fence, keep on going, right?
Yeah,
Like
but
it's,
how can you realistically patrol it and know what's going on in the farm?
well, for animals, I don't know if this is. I'm pretty sure it's done in the UK, but in Australia, farmers will use like a healthy kind of like spray paint marking. So they'll mark their sheep with like pink, like on their back leg, right? Or whatever. And then if that one goes wandering, and then there's a farmer on the other side, and it takes a few days for that pink sheep to end up at the actual farm, then they'd be like, oh shit, I got Reese's pink sheep. I better return it to. I better return it to him because
For the
you know what I mean.
record, I don't own any pink sheep,
Okay, well,
no matter what Corey Brogan
just use
says.
just using that as an example. I've really got to fact check myself because I'm coming out with some facts today, and I don't know. I just remember hearing these things, you know.
Hey, here's the thing. Don't bother fact checking yourself because if you just say what you want, and then the haters will tell you what you said wrong,
True. Yeah.
right?
Okay.
And if they don't
I'll
say anything, then you don't have to worry about it. You were right.
yeah.
What a
Perfect. Okay.
great
Good. I like that.
attitude that is to have in life, right? Just say things, and if people object, then you can look into it.
Yeah. Yeah. I like that.
Like with you praising Thomas Edison, we've had a lot of people coming after you for that a little bit, Corey.
Yeah. Yeah.
Quite engaging that was. Some of
Yeah.
the
That was
some of
that was
the
out that was out of
comments are
pocket,
just
wasn't it?
some of the comments are just unreal. I look at these people and I think, what are you doing with your life? Someone commented on one of our videos on YouTube and said, "Could this content be any more boring?" I'm like, "Why are you watching, buddy?" Like the guy had his name in his on his YouTube channel. I'm like, I don't know who you are. Why are you
But thanks
watching
for
this?
spending time. Thanks for
Yeah,
spending
thank
time.
you. Thank you for watching. Please keep watching. But why are you
Don't
watching?
stop.
Don't stop
That's
just because I
brilliant.
called you out. But it's strange to me, right? The people consume content that they don't like,
It's
and
crazy to
and
me. It's crazy to me that there's a comment section. Like you you're gonna watch something. You'd think you'd just be like, "Oh, okay, that's cool," or "Why don't you try this?" or "Why don't you do that?" But if you have a comment that's "You guys suck" or just hating, it's like, why?
yeah. Then why are
It
you
blows my
watching it?
mind. It blows my
Yeah,
mind.
I had to. There's a guy on Instagram that I hate. I actually think he's dangerous and misleading, right? So instead of seeing his posts every now and then, I've blocked him because I'm like, I just don't want to see his stuff.
Right.
I don't want to. His name is the Fitness Chef, right? Don't look him up. He's full of shit.
I kind
right?
of want to now.
And and the trouble is that he's got a way of posting, right?
Mm.
And other people have copied it. And I see so many accounts now with the same format and the same like things, and like they've clearly stolen his content and reposted it. And I can't block every single one of them, but I hate seeing his stuff. It drives me crazy. So I've blocked him completely, so I don't ever have to see him again. Are you looking at him right now? The
Yeah,
guy's a fucking charlatan.
he kind he kind of looks
Do you know what a
familiar.
charlatan is? You know what a charlatan is?
I
The
feel like I
definition
do,
of a
but
charlatan is someone who deliberately misleads people. So I'm going to take back that comment. I don't think he's a charlatan. I think he's a fucking idiot. Because I don't think he's deliberately misleading people. I think he's just foolishly misleading people.
why does he look familiar?
Look him up if you want. If you want to raise your blood pressure, look him up. He's got millions of followers, and all these people are eating up his fucking bullshit. I've been swearing a lot on this one.
You
I hope
have
my
you been getting
mother's
hard in
not
the
still
paint?
watching. Yeah, I've been. I'm all amped up. You know, it's that time of year. I've got about 40 miles left to run this year to beat last year's running total. So
You're kind of fucked.
I'm pumped. Well, I'm gonna do it. I've got a couple of long runs planned.
Oh, I think I've seen this guy before.
Idiot, isn't he?
I haven't. I don't follow him, but I haven't seen much of
No,
his
don't
content. But I've
block
seen
him. Block
block.
him. Fuck. I can't stop
Look,
swearing
look,
about him.
look.
See,
Hey,
this is why
hey,
this is
hey,
why I blocked him,
hey.
right? This is exactly why I blocked him, because this is how he makes me
Focus,
feel. So I don't want to
focus.
see it.
Hey, you're hating. You're hating. Okay.
I know. I know.
Rub
And I don't want to.
rub
That's why I
those
blocked him.
rub those earlobes. Come back to earth. Okay. Come back to earth. Come back to Alex Jones. Fucking relax. Let's go.
Life's better with Alex Jones, isn't it? But okay, I think that that was a valid point, right? Is that I've blocked this guy so that I don't have to see this shit, so that
Mm.
I don't then comment on it, calling him an idiot all the time. Right?
Yeah.
He's doing his thing. He's doing his thing, whether he's right or not. He's doing it. So I commend
But
him for doing it. I just wish he'd check the facts before he said anything.
but but for us, we don't
Mm-hmm.
want to be promoting haters to stop hating on us. We
No.
need you haters. We need you haters.
Yeah. I would invite all the haters to write as many vitriolic, unmeasured comments in the comment section as possible,
This is gonna get
because I
fucking
do
weird.
enjoy reading them. But if 1,000 people comment on it, then I won't be able to read all of them.
I'll tell you what David Goggins does with his haters.
What does he do with his haters?
It's fucking crazy, man. He if he's done a podcast or he's done a run or something, and then there's in the comments they just get flooded with just hate, like you got broken knees, why are you running? Or you look stupid, it's raining, why don't you wait till it's sunny out? He reads all like the hate, records it, and then plays it on his house speaker system with like 10 speakers around the house. So whenever he walks into a room, his recorded voice of all the hate that he's speaking, that he's read on his platforms, is being echoed through his whole house. And he's
That
just
guy's built
getting
different, isn't
fuel.
he?
He's just getting fuel. And then if he hears something that really irks him, he's out. He's out running, or he's out lifting, or he's out doing something. Like he'll be out. He'll be out for a day, spontaneously.
Do you think he ever takes a day off?
Yeah, but not a lot.
Do you think
Maybe
he
like
would
a
ever
day,
eat
one
a
day
whole
off a week.
cheesecake?
No, no. Dude, he's incredibly lean.
Do you
I
do
even
you
think for
ever eat a whole
calories,
cheesecake?
no,
Why not?
no, because I know what it will do to me. I, I I I like dairy. I like dairy as much as you. I mean, as you drink your pint of milk, but I couldn't eat a whole cheesecake, my brother.
I could.
Well, yeah,
I think
you're doing the pigs in blanket. Why not for dessert? Why don't you show the sports fans that you can do a cheesecake after the pigs in blanket? Food for thought. Leave that as a spontaneous thing on the day.
well. Oh, my mother asked me if she wanted me to make if she wanted me for her to make a cheesecake for while I was back, and I said no because I knew I'd eat it all.
I feel like your mum would make a really good cheesecake, and
Yeah, she does. She
and
makes killer cheesecakes.
seeing as you're coming to Canada shortly after, do you reckon you could bring some over?
No, I don't know if I'll be able to.
Fuck.
But
I'll do a slice. I won't eat a
but
fucking cake.
it's good, isn't it? Cheesecake. It's one of the best.
It's
I
good.
think it's top tier in terms of desserts.
Yeah, that creme brulee, chocolate molten lava cake, and a Dairy Queen blizzard. I think all four of those.
I think we're going to have to agree to disagree on some of those. The fact that you didn't mention a trifle. Trifle
Fuck
is
off.
elite.
Fuck. Shut up.
Elite.
You
Good.
probably like tiramisu. You probably like tiramisu.
No, 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 no. Trifle. Ice cream, just by itself.
Oh yeah, I saw a video of eating ice
And
cream recently.
yeah, yeah. I'm the kind of guy that if I'm opening the tub of ice cream, I'm finishing the tub of ice cream. And
Yeah, you ain't no quitter.
I think I finished the tub of ice cream in that video.
It was down pretty low.
It was close to the edge, wasn't it?
Yeah, yeah. Where'd you go? Uh oh.
We just had some technical issues there. I think my camera overheated.
Shit.
Yeah, I think I forgot to change the setting on it. I was supposed to change the setting to be a high heat tolerance, and I
You can
forgot
do that. You can do that
because
on
I'm
your
an
computer.
idiot.
Ah,
No, it's on the
okay.
camera.
On the camera, yeah.
So, well, if anything, that might be a good place for us to wrap up.
Yeah, yeah, totally.
But it was an absolute pleasure.
Good conversation, my man.
See you all soon.